up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match and Barcelona beat Villarreal 4-3 on the evening. A very entertaining game for the neutral, but for me, it wasn't entertaining whatsoever. Emotions all over the place. It was more of a roller coaster than the biggest roller coaster in the world, but nonetheless, Barcelona picked up 3 absolutely crucial points. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen right now. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Roberto, Kounde, Christensen, and Marcos Alonso, midfield 3 of Oriol Romeu, Ilkay Gundogan, and Frenkie de Jong, with the front 3 of Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, and Gavi. Yet again, Xavi decided to go with his 4 midfield, and I got this lineup prediction absolutely spot on. And again, overall, wrong decision from Xavi. He went with the more condensed lineup, being very narrow, middle of the pitch, and in the end, it was the players coming in on the wide front, wide forwards, wingers, that end up getting Barcelona the important victory. The first goal scored in this match was scored by Gavi. It was initially a corner kick by Barcelona. It was then cleared away, dropped to Lamine Yamal at the top of the box, puts the cross back in. Gavi heads the cross across the goal, and he puts it into the bottom right hand corner and gives Barcelona the surprising early lead. The second goal scored in this match was scored by Frenkie de Jong. It was excellent build-up play down the left hand side of the pitch. The ball gets picked up by Frenkie de Jong, finds Gundogan. While he finds him, he makes that run in behind. Gundogan turns, finds Lewandowski, who we thought gave a back heel to Frenkie de Jong as he opened up that space when he attracted the defender, but it was actually the touch from the left back. Pedri finds Frenkie de Jong 1v1 around the penalty area, bottom left hand corner, and gives Barcelona the surprising 2-0 lead. The third goal scored in this match was scored by the man himself, the Shark, Ferran Torres. His remontada season is off the mark. The ball is actually in the middle of the pitch. I believe it was built up down the right hand side with Lamine Yamal, and then the ball just ended up in the box somehow. Ferran Torres hit a shot that was blocked, but the deflection came right back to him. He struck it again. The goalkeeper did not see it coming, roofs it down the middle of the net, and makes it 3-3, and Barcelona's comeback is on. The fourth and final goal was the game-winning goal scored by Robert Lewandowski, getting his first goal of the season, and it all came from Lamine Yamal. He had the ball down the right hand side, does his magic, takes on defenders, has 100% successful dribble raise in this match, cuts inside, has the strike, fingertip saved by the keeper onto the post, and the rebound falls for Lewandowski, who secures Barcelona 3 massive points. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I'm going to be giving it a very generous, you could say, yet again, 7 out of 10. Firstly, I had to commemorate the players and give them props where it's due for making the comeback. I did not believe they were going to do it, but on a whole, the performance wasn't that great. First 10 minutes, we were getting absolutely battered by Villarreal. They had 2 clear-cut chances, Ter Stegen saving our arses, and then we come and go 2-0 up, surprisingly. 2 goals in the space of 3 minutes. Gavi and then Frenkie de Jong. And then they choke right before halftime, conceding twice. Criminal defending. We'll talk about that individually because they were individual errors for their goals. Second half, you start off poorly again. You go down 3-2, but then yet again, 2 goals in a few minutes, and the team had that hunger in the second half. We looked like a much better team. Roberto was speaking after that match, saying that in the second half, we made a lot of tweaks in terms of our pressing, and it was evident. It sucked that we didn't get off the mark immediately, but once Villarreal got that goal, we were back in it. And once we had 2 natural wingers on the pitch, we had a more balanced team. We looked way more threatening. I also think Villarreal on the night were very poor. I see a lot of people give them props. I don't think they were that great. I think 3 of their goals, all mistakes by Barcelona that they got in behind. All the chances they created weren't that much, and in defense they were absolutely sleeping as well. So Villarreal didn't really turn up, but also on top of that, Barcelona didn't turn up either. But this just shows this match was won by Barcelona in terms of individual qualities, from Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, Gavi, de Jong, all these players who turned up. It was because of their ability. It was not down to tactics or system or style of play. You could say that's maybe how we built up the play, but it wasn't down to that with the reason why I won this game. And that's, again, another hindrance, because imagine you have a good system, good style of play, good formation, good tactics on top of the players' individual abilities, you're absolutely cooking. But again, it's the players kind of combating that poor tactic from Xavi to end up winning this game, and I'm so pleased with this victory. It was so vital for us. Now we're only just 2 points behind Real Madrid. Again, losing this game would have been detrimental. Mentality would have been on the floor. You know, it's still very early days in the league, of course, but every point counts, especially when your goal is to retain your championship. But overall, very pleased with the performance in the sense of the comeback. Of course, I think that 10 minutes where we scored two goals, and then the 10 minutes where we scored the other 2 goals in the second half are probably the bright spark. I think also we end off the game pretty well as well. A lot of rough patches, a lot of anger in this match, a lot of happiness. The most important thing, of course, is getting those 3 points on the boards, which we did. And in the end, you have to take that and you have to move. Again, hopefully we can learn from this match, take the notes from it, and apply that in the future. But overall, I think the team performance tonight wasn't, on a whole, very poorly. A lot of poor patches, a lot of good patches. But in the end, I have given it a 7 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player rating. This is going to be very interesting. We're starting, of course, with the goalkeeper, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, who for me gets a 7 out of 10 despite conceding 3 goals. Look, I think maybe the first goal you could have said the Juan Foyth header he could have saved because it kind of hit the post and then went across his face. Maybe, was positioned a bit better. He could have saved it. Apart from that, I think he played well, made 2 world-class saves in the first half, had a good save in the second half as well. But for the goals, apart from the first one, the other 2 goals were because of defensive errors. So I think ter Stegen today saved us a lot, played very well, and I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. Now for center-back partnership in front of him, firstly on the right-hand side, it was Jules Kounde, and I will give Kounde an 8 out of 10. This man just has an aura at defense. He's absolutely elite. Everything, again, the defensive mistakes were not down to him. They were on his side though, but it's because he's playing with the donkey at right back. I think Kounde played very well today. I think his aerial duels, his tackle, his passing out from the back. But one thing I want to praise him for is his leadership in the defense. So many times when I'm watching that back line, I see him keeping the pressure, keeping the line forward, telling, Roberto to squeeze in, or Alonso, or Christensen, or Eric Garcia. He was the leader of that back four, and I think without him, this would have been a catastrophic performance. I think Kounde today was absolutely brilliant, and I will be giving him an 8 out of 10. Now, his partner for about 45 minutes in the first half was, of course, Christensen, and I will give Christensen tonight a 6 out of 10. Thought he was okay today, had a few very poor passes, but I think defensive-wise, he was alright. Now, he did go off halftime injured, according to reports, but apparently everything is fine. Jordan Romero came out saying that Christensen is not playing the second half as a precaution. He has a muscular overload and is given rest. And also, Tony Juan Martin said that Christensen is fine. He was just a bit fatigued. So, this is the problem with Christensen. He's not too reliable. We saw this a lot last season. He's either can play a full 90 as a Rolls Royce, or he's, out at halftime. And we've seen it so many times that this is why you have to have good squad depth. This is why we signed Inigo Martinez. This is why you're probably going to keep Eric Garcia and not sell him, because Araujo is injury prone and Christensen isn't relied upon. That's why Jules Kounde is so important to our defense. Nonetheless, for his 45 minutes, I think Christensen was alright, and I will be giving him a 6 out of 10. Into the fullbacks now, where of course the controversy lies. Firstly, at left back, we have Marcos Alonso. I have given Alonso a 6 out of 10. I think there's a bit of an agenda with Alonso. I don't think he was that bad in this match. I think a lot of his poor, displays in this match were when he was off the ball. So his positional play, he was in the right position. Again, Kounde telling him to keep that line high. So many close offsides as well, him not keeping the line with the defense. I think going forward, he was okay. Had some good crosses, good shots. I think defensive-wise, got caught out a few times, but also had some good defending moments as well. I think it was a very balanced performance from Alonso. So I think an average 6 out of 10 will be a very fair score. Hopefully, United will come in and buy him. Now, at right back, I think on the channel, this is the lowest rating I've ever given. Officially, I've given some bad moments where I've just given everyone ones when I'm just ranting. But official rating, I think this is the lowest I've ever given to a player. And it is our captain, Sergi Roberto, who I've given a astounding 1 out of 10. And the only reason why I gave him a 1 is because he played on the pitch for 90 minutes. That was the worst performance from Sergi Roberto I have ever seen. I mean, we've seen some stinkers, but this tops a lot. All 3 of the goals were his mistake. For the first goal, gives away the corner for Juan Foyth's header, and also was marking Juan Foyth and lost him. The second goal, he was marking Pedraza, and he got skinned. The third goal, he didn't keep his line properly. and he should have been tighter. He was playing so tight to Kounde. I thought we were playing 2 center backs at right center back. I don't know why he was tucked in so much. I don't know if that's because of Xavi or him, but so many times, whoever's on the left hand side, whether it's Alex Benya or Pedraza, they had so much space and time. It was ridiculous. Going forward, Roberto was shocking as well. Poor crossing, poor link-up play, couldn't touch the ball. He had the only reason why I didn't give him a 0 was because there were some moments in the match where he ran a bit to hustle back and get the ball, keep up with that press. So I'll give him a bit of credit for that. Apart from that, he was shocking. I never again want to see him play for Barcelona unless we're playing Mallorca at home or Copa del Rey round of 32. Never want to see him again. He is not at the level of Barcelona. And it sucks that every single year there's an excuse. First it's Busquets, then it's Jordi Alba, then it's Piqué, then it's this, then it's that. And he's still here. He's not at the level of Barcelona. He should not be playing these tough away games or tough games in general. I get it, we were lacking numbers. I'd rather put Kounde right back, Eric Garcia center back. I'd rather put, I don't know, anyone else but Roberto. He was absolutely shocking. And as a captain, he should be disgraced by that performance. And I have given Roberto a shocking 1 out of 10. Into the midfield now. Firstly, in the pivot was, of course, Oriol Romeu. I'm going to give Romeu an average 6 out of 10. I thought he had a very good first half. Was winning a lot of 50-50s. Was controlling the tempo of the match very well. There are a few moments in that first half when he gave the ball away sillily. His decision on the ball wasn't that great. A lot of moments he was holding onto the ball too much. Second half was a bit hit and miss. Had some good moments, had some bad moments, gave the ball away quite a few times. I think the main praise I want to give to him today was winning a lot of 50-50s when they were, coming on the counter-attack. Villarreal, he's winning a lot of duels, had some good tackles as well, but I think where his game dropped off today was not only his passing wasn't too accurate, but also his decision. He was holding the ball too much, then losing it, or holding the ball too much, giving a pass away, and then the player opposite to him loses it because he didn't have much time and space. So, bit of an up and down performance from Romeu, but still overall okay, so I will be giving him a 6 out of 10. Next up in the midfield ahead of him on the right hand side was, of course, İlkay Gundogan. I will give Gundogan a 7 out of 10. I think you could say 7 was a bit generous. I'll give it to him more so because of his performance in the second half before he was subbed off for Fermin Lopez. I think in the first half, he was, linking up play very well with Frankie, with Lamine Yamal, with Lewandowski. I think his defensive action of the game today wasn't that great. Second half, he was the main man controlling the tempo. I think he made some good advancement runs. I wanted him to have a bit more. There were a lot of opportunities in this match for Gundogan to have a shot on target from outside the box, which he didn't take, which kind of sucks because I feel like Xavi kind of restricts that a bit, but expects that from the likes of Pedri and Gavi, but doesn't let the likes of Gundogan have that opportunity to shoot. I think there's a lot of moments we could have had a shot. I think his crossing today was great, and most importantly, his link-up play, very good performance from him, and I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. And last but not the least, of course, on the left-hand side, it was Frankie de Jong, and I've also given Frankie de Jong a 7 out of 10. You're probably wondering, but he scored. Why didn't you give him, an 8? I think Frankie's performance did drop off a bit in that first 20-25 minutes of the second half. He wasn't that great, giving the ball away a lot, holding up the ball too much. He'd run past 3 or 4 players and lose it. I think the first half he played very well. Of course, scored the goal. Gotta give him credit where it's due. I think in that first half he was magisterial. I think in the second half, first 20-25 minutes wasn't that great. And in the final, 20-25 minutes when he was especially playing in the pivot, the lone pivot by himself, I thought he played very well. Look, Frankie de Jong, he is so integral to this team that without him, he went down injured for a second, not injured, but he went down like rubbing his leg, and my heart honestly dropped because he is so important to this team that if he gets injured, we are actually like screwed. We are screwed beyond belief. So again, very strong performance from Frankie de Jong. Mr. Consistent, does it again. Important goal as well, and for me, gets a very high 7. You could say borderline 8 out of 10. Into the forwards now. Firstly, we have Gavi on the left wing or left center mid, left mid. I'm going to give Gavi anyways an 8 out of 10. Of course, got the goal, credit where it's due. I think again, like Gundogan, his link-up play today was very good. And again, I know it's kind of default for Gavi, but we have to give credit where it's due. His intensity and pressure is ridiculous. I feel like he has like 18 lugs on him. He's running all over the pitch, covered every single blade of grass. He was absolutely brilliant today. A lot of moments when he was coming back and tackling, making good runs. His dribbling today was very good as well. Overall, a very impressive performance from Gavi, and for me, he gets an 8 out of 10. Very close to my man of the match. Next up is number 9, of course, RL9, Robert Lewandowski, who for me gets a 6 out of 10 today. If he didn't get his goal, I probably would have given him a 4. he should have had 2 goals today. Minimum today should have had a brace. I think he could have had a hat-trick. I mean, the chances that he missed today were borderline disgraceful. That turn in the second half, I was saying in the live stream, he should have turned sooner. He was staying there, then turned and shoot. He should have done that way quicker. Maybe he got caught the keeper off a bit, could have scored. The chance again where he could have swept to Ansu Fati, terrible miss. He finally scored in the end in that open net, and hopefully that'll do his confidence well. Again, with strikers, they just need to get goals. We saw this a lot with Suarez in the beginning of the 17-18 season as well. So hopefully he'll get off the mark. I think his Liga Cup play was okay today as well, making good runs. Of course, he kind of created that second goal for Frankie De Jong when he ran out to create that space as he dragged out that center back. I really thought he did the back heel, but in the end it was a touch from someone else. He could have had a goal and assist there from Lewandowski. I think an average 6 out of 10 is a fair score. Again, the chances that he missed in this game were absolutely astonishing. Some people are saying he should be dropped. I wouldn't be too opposed to that. But in the end, I have given Lewandowski a 6 out of 10. And last but not the least is my man of the match, and pretty much everyone else's man of the match. It is Lamine Yamal, who gets an 8 out of 10 from me. A goal would have given him a 9. He got the assist, of course, for the first goal. Beautiful cross for Gavi. I just think he overall play was absolutely fantastic. He's like Dembele, but can finish. I don't think he's at the level of Dembele quite yet, but he's showing what we want to see in a winger. Hopefully, Ansu Fati and Raphinha both take notes of what Lamine Yamal does. Picks up the ball and drives at the defense. Takes on the defenders 1v1, 2v1. He had 100% successful dribbles tonight in this game. Passing was fantastic as well. Link-up play was superb. Had exemplary pace. He just exactly what you want in a Barcelona winger. He picks up the ball and has that flair. Every time he got the ball, I got off my seat a bit. I'm thinking, what's he gonna do this time? You know, he of course created the game-winning goal as well for Lewandowski. The tapping came in from his shot, got an assist as well. It was a magnificent performance. Got a standing ovation from the Estadio de la Ceremica, a very historic stadium in the Liga. A standing ovation at the age of 16. At 16, I was playing cards in my garage with my friends. This man's playing for Barcelona. Ridiculous. Absolutely brilliant from Lamine Yamal. Undisputed starter now for sure, and he gets an 8 out of 10 for me tonight, and my man of the match. Now for the substitutions. The subs were Eric Garcia, Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, and Fermin Lopez. Firstly with Fermin, I think he came on, first official debut for him. Congrats. Came on, did okay, had that strike, of course, that almost led to a goal. Linked up okay with the other players. Didn't really have much time to get into the game. Probably give him an average 6. Ansu Fati missed 2 good chances. I think that first one he should have scored. Second one on the volley is a bit difficult, so I understand how he missed that. But that first one, I think he should have scored. Made some good runs, linked up very well, so I'll probably give him an average 6. Ferran Torres, the shark man, absolutely unbelievable. Got the goal to bring Barcelona back in the game, 3-3. He was absolutely fantastic, making great runs in behind. Of course, had that mess up where he could have swept Ansu Fati in behind, making great runs forward, connected very well with Lamine Yamal, with Fermin Lopez as well. He's got to start next game. He was absolutely unbelievable. 7 out of 10 for me. Eric Garcia, of course, he actually played 45 minutes, so we got to properly rate him. Probably give him a 6. I think he played okay. Passing up in the back was really good. If he gave away that penalty in the last second, he would not have made it back to Barcelona alive. I promise you that. Because Eric Garcia is known for giving away penalties. So if he gave away that, he would have been slated. I think apart from that, he played well. Got a yellow card, which I think was very, very unfair for him. The one on Sorloth on the halfway line. But I think he came on, put it in the exact same performance as Christensen. A few, mishaps, but overall was solid. So again, back-to-back matches with the subs were very impactful. So good from Xavi. I think all the subs came in and did what they had to do. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Xavi Hernandez, who tonight for me gets a 6 out of 10. I've given him a bang average rating. First off, starting lineup, absolutely dreadful. Yet again, it pisses me off at this point that I see this. Like, I can predict his lineup. That's how shocking it is. Last season, he'd do chopping and changing. It's very difficult to predict his lineup unless it was a big game. Everyone was fit. But now week in, week out, I knew he was going to play 5 in midfield. He's chucking Roberto at right back and all this stuff. He just wants to chuck every single midfielder he has into the starting lineup. That's the first thing that was, I think, very poor. I think his subsidy, again, very, very impactful. Didn't use all 5, which, again, is a bit annoying. Because, again, you have the players on the bench. No appearance from Abdi today, despite the rumors of him staying midweek. That's not going to bode well with him, I think, as well. Again, the team won. They got the 3 points. No clean sheet. I think you can see Chad's frustration from the stands as well on Barcelona's poor link-up play and poor, moments in the match where we were very, very dominated by Villarreal. But I think that comes down to Xavi's team selection as well. I think he has, I keep saying hopefully he learns, but I don't know if he will. Again, if we drop points in this match, you're looking at a 4, maybe a 5. I think the only reason why I give him a 6 is for that win. I think, again, team selection was poor, the tactics were poor, and I think in the end it was the team's individual ability that got us the 3 points and not Xavi's, system and tactics, like I said in the team performance rating. So overall for Xavi, if he does not start 2 wingers against Osasuna, he's going to be in huge criticism mode, but hopefully he does learn a few things, and now signs are going to be coming in hopefully in the final week of the transfer window. Cancelo, maybe someone else, he can maybe, have that correct system that we do need to dominate matches. So when we have 5 midfielders, we look poor. When we have 2 wingers, 3 midfielders, fullbacks overlapping, we look brilliant. So hopefully he does learn. And overall for Xavi tonight, I will be giving him a 6 out of 10. So that was a match review for Villarreal versus Barcelona in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to first, of course, is your thoughts on the performance, your player ratings, your manager rating as well, and also your thoughts on Villarreal's goals in the main sense of how one of them should have been offside, your thoughts on VAR not being able to draw lines nowadays, and of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel where 3 points are staying in Catalonia. Take care and Forza Barca.